I had to pause it, and I guess I waited too long and it stopped, so I don't know how to put it back on, but I was having a heck of a time getting this bolt off. She was tight. I had to get my half-inch one out. I really never ever even used that one, but it took it off. And usually my 3/8, this is a little 3/8, but usually this 20-volt 3/8 one will take just about anything off. But man, wow. Yeah, that thing was, there ain't no lock to it. Like I said, this engine's never been apart before, so that was factory. Crazy. Never had one that tight. But yeah, that's crazy. Take the old seg paws out. Zip tie here. This is a good way. This is what I do with these things. With these, keep them all together. Get a zip tie. Trying to do it so you can see, and then just tighten it on there like that, and that way you can put it back in. You literally slide it in with a zip tie, it gets started, and you can cut the zip tie and just pull the zip tie out instead of screwing around trying to mess with those little paws so the springs go flying all over. So that's how I've always done it. Well, not always. I learned real quick to do it that way. Let's say that 20-some years ago. So I like to screw stuff back in. Like, I'll take the segment off, and we're ready to pretty much split this thing. And I'll leave that arm on there. You don't have to take them off. You can just take a screwdriver, pry it out of the way like that, and pull that off. And same when you put it back on, just pry that out of the way. And yeah, other than that, it just hangs out right there. So we're ready to split this baby. The 03 Rm250. I got in last night or the night before, I don't know. It was a buddy's of mine. It's had it for a long time. It's sat for, I don't know, 5-6 years, hasn't been rode. So he sold it to another buddy of mine, and here it is, getting refreshed. It had the top ring was busted. It was low on compression. Oh, here's crazy. That top ring busted in half. But I mean, other than that, piston looks good. Wise coat. Got OEM crank. This engine's never been apart before. Well, I mean, the top end's been done, but bottom end not. So it's got an OEM crank, but looks like it's a little worn out. So I'll probably rebuild that. Put a new clutch in it, and crank bearing, seals, piston. My buddy's kids are probably gonna race it, even though they got brand new YZ250s and Honda 250S. But they bought this to It's a good one. I've actually rode this bike quite a bit. I would borrow it in the winter times sometimes. My buddy had trail boards on it, so we raced winter series here. Mud and snow scrambles, they're called. Kind of like a half-hour long hair scramble of nasty. They weren't so bad when the ground was frozen, but like November, December, whew, there'd be water and mud up to your freaking seat. It seemed like in some of the corners. It was bad. Like, I was always a motocross racer, but I did it just to keep riding through the winter and stuff. And it was a half an hour. I've done 2-hour hair scrambles, and I still think those winter series half an hour ones were more grueling. There was nowhere to rest. But yeah, I did it. I've always raced motocross, so I was okay at it. I got some first bunch. I've won a lot. I actually made it to the expert class there. I raced, I think, one expert race, and then I was like, I got smoked. So had enough of that. I didn't like the cold. But the guy that owned this bike was really good at it, though. He didn't really race motocross. I took him to one motocross race. Shit. I don't know. It was a long time ago. 2011, 10 maybe. He raced plus 30 novice. Won the first moto. First race ever. And was running the second moto, but he got tired. Ended up went 1-2. And the other guy went 2-1, so he got the overall. But yeah, good times. So, gonna knock this apart. You can see those 2 hits already gapped it. I mean, barely hitting it. This is how I've always done it. Still be hooking up your case splitter, and I already got it. Just screw that nut in that bolt, primary gear bolt, and bam. But these Suzukis seem to come apart pretty easy anyway. Yeah, we're stuck on the... Half. We'll set that out of the way. Pull the tranny out. Put that in the cover. The rest of the stuff. And there's nothing wrong with the tranny. It shifted good. So, not worried about any of that. Wow. Crank just fell right out. That's great. Yeah. Gotta be careful when that happens. Put everything back where they go. The drive axle seems to be bound up on the gear. It's probably got some rust on it, so I have to beat it out of there, clean it up. But yeah, wasn't as bad a shape as I thought it was going to be, actually, but any of these old engines can benefit from new crank bearings and seals, that's for sure. And you know, a crank rebuild, whether or not the crank is out of spec, or you know, which it might be in spec, I'm sure it would be fine, but for the little bit of money I can rebuild them myself. We'll just put a new rod kit in it, Pro X rod, and it'll be brand new. And we'll probably put a Vertex piston in it. We're not real big. We like to run Vertex pistons, so nothing wrong with a Wiseco. I just don't prefer them. I prefer a Vertex cast piston, but I mean, Wisecos are great. Longevity you get out of a Wiseco. Forged pistons last a long time. I mean, I'm pretty sure a YZ250 piston is the same thing on this. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna take this tranny out, clean it up, and get some parts list together. And I got a lot of cleaning to do. So, guys, have a good New Year's. Later.